Alright, folks, so it is Saturday, the 15th, October 2022, and it is the day of metal detecting. It is about 7:05 a.m. in the morning. I got my detecting gear right here, my old trusty XP desk, and I'm loading up the truck with my equipment. People are supposed to arrive about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So now it is dusk outside. It is very low light out here. Very low light. The sun is not up. So I mean, there is no sun in the sky. It is still dusk out here. The street light that you see in the background over there is still on. The rooster is a crowing, and I mean it is dawn. Did I say dusk? I meant dawn. I get those two of those confused. But there is very little sunlight out here, so I'm trying to give you a little example of what the Action 3 does in this low light. The chickens are not out of their pen yet, but the ducks, we'll see what the ducks look like in low light. Hello, ducks. I love that mallard. And yeah, Tracy's got to give them some fresh water. They muddy that thing up every day. We got to get them a bigger pool. Preferably one of them tubs that's made out of metal. But anyway, it is metal detecting day, and I am taking up too much real estate on my camera. Let's get started. All right, folks, so I am out in the woods, and it is shady out here, so this should be proof for some more good low light footage. But see this pile of rocks here, and then there's more on this side, and then there's a depression in the ground, and my father is up at the top of it. Now that's pretty a little steep embankment right there. This was some kind of building or structure here. We think they were using it as a cellar hole back in the day, and he just dug something pretty neat. So I'm gonna show it to you. Introduce you to my father, Tom Sr. Yes, I'm a junior. So right now he's still working on that hole where he just pulled this out, and we're not sure what you got there. Is that a little shotgun shell or a button?
I don't know what that is.
Alright, so we got a piece here that we're not sure what it is. But just before he pulled this out of that hole, he pulled out this piece. And I think, hold on, I just tested my camera to see if it would stick to it. This thing is definitely made out of brass, and we don't know if it's a gun part or maybe a bridle that goes on a horse or what, but we'll have to investigate it a little more and see if we can find out anything about it. So right now we're gonna get back to hunting, and if I find out something, I'll let you know. If I don't, then you'll know why. We didn't find out anything. All right, we're gonna keep getting it. Alright, so my dad found another one. This is the one he found a while ago, and this one here is similar, but this one is made of iron. They're not a match set for sure, because the camera magnet sticks to this one on this side right here on my thumb's at. This one is brass on the right hand side, so pretty cool. We're finding old relics. Coins are about to turn up soon, and there's my buddy Chester.
What's up, y'all?
He ain't been on a hunt with me in a long time, and we are happy to have him here. I tell you what.
That's right. Glad to be here.
Once my daughter gets a full schedule, you'll be seeing me and him a lot more together. Things and stuff since the pandemic have kept us apart, but we're gonna work on that, aren't we, buddy?
That's exactly right, buddy.
All right, folks. Well, we're gonna keep hunting. What do you say to him?
Let's keep getting it.
All right, so Mike just joined us over here on the cellar hole, and he found a little decorative relic. We're not sure what it is. It's silver in color, but he says he doesn't think it's silver. We don't know yet. We will find out and determine later, but it's a good challenge for this camera to see how much detail of this it picks up. I mean, action cameras are not known for great detail on small objects, but I'm an inquiry mind. I want to know. But regardless, that is a cool piece. So we'll hold it at different levels.
What you done found there?
Oh yeah, I think it's picking up decent enough for you to see that there's a nice little pattern on there.
I think it's off of a horse's getup.
Oh yeah.
I found some.
Oh yeah, that is a decent little image. And here is the back.
I'm recognizing that right now.
Whatever it is, it could be silver plated or it could be a piece of silver. We just don't know yet, but it is a neat piece, and it will look good in a shadow box on display for the stuff found at this place. Awesome find, buddy.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Alright, so I am now standing on the side of an embankment. There's my buddy Mike way up there. I'm going to visit this grist mill for the first time. I left it out on last hunt. I was too busy meditating, so today I figured I would take the journey down to it. Maybe swing around it a little bit. They didn't have much luck there. I don't expect to either, but I want to see it. And I'm in the thicket of trees right now. And they are blocking out all of the sun. So yeah, let me make my way down this embankment, and I will get back with you when we get to the grist mill site. Give it a good old looking over. See what the ground looks like there. Alright. It's slippery right here, so I'm gonna turn the camera off so you don't see me fall. Alright, so what I am looking at right now is breathtaking to behold, to say the least. I am looking at a river that is flowing with a rock shoals, and I am also looking at the ruins of a colonial grist mill site. This is what I walked down that big steep cliff right there. I don't look steep on camera, and you can't see my buddy Mike because he's pretty dark green way up there. Wearing dark green, I mean, you know, pretty camouflage, but he's at the top of that hill up there. And they've told me about this, and I knew it was here. And I wanted to give it a good old checking out and get it on video. Look at this rock wall here. The sun is just peeking through the trees enough to capture a little light on it. Look at that. Ain't that something, y'all? Ain't that something? And this right here is part of the old millstone. Half of it. It's been broken in half. And you can see the chisel marks in there where they used to make it. See the chisel marks? They're all in it. I mean, it looks good to me. I like it. Wow, this thing goes on a good ways. We're just gonna film the whole length of it here. Gosh, that sun's capturing my shadow. I'll do it this way. And it just goes on and then it tapers off just as it starts up that little embankment there. But man, that is amazing. I am liking this. Especially that old millstone with the chisel marks in it. You got to respect and appreciate the time it took our ancestors to have to make things in order for them to work to grind mill into flour and other things. But yeah. All right, we're gonna go down to the bottom of this hill here. We're gonna check out some more structures of the mill. See, there's some more limestone that's been cut laying around. It might have been a piece they didn't like or didn't use, or it may have been used and someone has moved it. But so I'm in a kind of like a cellar depression here, and I've seen this before on side B site, and it is, the mill used to run all the way here, so this was kind of like the retention pond, I suppose. There's no stonework here on this spot. Maybe it's been moved throughout the generations of landowners here, but it's a pretty solid pond, or it was at one time. And we're on the back side of the mill, and this is one of the pillars right here of the mill. And that is the other pillar right there. Check that out. Yeah.
You guys got a big coin.
Okay. He said, Dad found a big coin. All right, so we'll check out that coin in a minute. Let them have their way with it a second, because I have one of those big coins at home, and you know, Dad has several. So, but anyway, this is the other pillar to that millstone, and this is the back side of that wall. So, between that stone and that stone and that wall right there would have been the building. That'd have been a water well sitting in between that, turning that millstone on the other side that got left behind. If that doesn't fascinate you, I don't know what is. But look at this. This should say a lot about the ability of this camera, capturing all the moss and the detail in the shade like this. Yeah, buddy, I like it. I like it. The closer you get, the better it looks, at least on the screen. The image quality that we get from the camera will tell the real story once we get into editing it. Editing it. All right, I'm going to find my metal detector, and I'm going to check out this big old coin my father found. We call him Lucky Gene for a reason, because he's lucky. All right, so I just come up that big old cliff from where the grist mill was, and it sucked. And now we're going down another hill, which means I have to go back up it to get my metal detector in a minute. Fun stuff. Telling you, this is a workout. This is not a light man's hobby, is it, Chet?
Tom, I refrained myself.
Huh?
I refrained myself.
Oh.
I waited till you got down here to let you take a look at it and clean it up. I knew some information about it, but I'm gonna let you take a look at this.
You gonna let me take a look, clean it up?
Yeah, I figure it's your dad.
Yeah, but he's all our lucky gene. It's a real. It's a Spanish real.
No.
It's not a real?
No, it's not. It's not even Spanish.
Oh, 1797. What is this?
Walking Liberty?
No, it's 1797.
Is it silver?
This is a colonial silver, but he says it's not a real.
It's not Spanish. It is not American.
Oh, it's not, huh?
No.
Flip it over. There you go.
I've seen this coin, but I'm not putting it in my mind. What am I looking at here?
Japanese nickel. All right, Jim.
You know what? It looks better on this camera in the shade than it does in the sun. Look at all the detail on that. Wow. This is a huge coin. This is bigger than a silver dollar. We got to clean it up.
I
Get
don't
more.
know. You got to go to the truck.
More details on it.
You got some squirty stuff.
Yeah, we got some support.
Wow, we're gonna squirt it down with some water
Can you get the camera ready?
and try to get more details on it. But man, what
Yeah, I
a
was gonna say
fantastic find! 1797.
I stood here a little bit with Gene. We're kind of looking at this coin, didn't take any dirt off.
That's what I pulled out of the hole.
Really?
All right, we'll get back with you in a second.
And just
Stopper off of it.
here we go.
Okay, that's good for that side. This is the side that really needs the squirt.
Looks like a bell.
That's weird to see that green
It is. I was just thinking
on
the
a
same
silver. You know, we see it on brass coins all the time.
I don't know that it is silver. Because it's got tan in it too.
Well, it wasn't ringing up real high. It's about 87.
thing. It may not be a high content of silver,
Yeah, it may not be a.
I mean,
but it's got a gamecock right there.
it does have a rooster on it.
I heard it crowing down here.
Well, you are the ultimate Gamecock fan, so
You
now
know what I'm about to do with that rooster? I'm about to poach right in here.
that is cool.
It was under that rock, so it could be something was
Well,
hidden
right
there.
beside
It might be more there.
Yeah, it might be.
More information to come as we find out what we're looking at here. But what we do know, we're looking at some old colonial silver. All right, stay tuned. All right, so we just found out the coin Diddy found was a 6 livres from the French Republic. And they can be valued anywhere from $400 to $600. But that varies. I mean, usually when you find them in the condition that one's in, probably not quite as much. But, you know, to us, it's about keeping the history, not selling it, preserving it. Alright, folks, so I finally found something interesting. Not the greatest find in the world, I'll admit, but, you know, a cool find nonetheless on this colonial site. So, this rock right here, I dug down a few inches here, and I come out with this old spoon. Look how big that is, and it is iron. It's either iron or tin. It's pretty thin. I'm thinking it's tin. It is magnetic, and it rings up a little higher than iron, so I'm thinking this is a tin spoon. Someone was sitting down here cooking or eating or something, and they lost their spoon. How long ago is anybody's guess, but There you go. Old tin or iron spoon, you take your pick. Alright, keep going. Alright, so here's something pretty neat. This is a brass rivet from a saddle or some sort of leather structure. It's got that nice little circle in there. Let's try to get it over in the shade. See where we get the most detail in this Action 3. Yeah, I mean, that's showing up really good. At least on the screen. It tells a different story in the editor sometimes. There we go. We're in a little darkness now. And it looks a little blurry at this point, but does it perform better in light? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, cool. That's my first really old find for today, so we'll take that. It's just a simple relic. We like it. Alright, I caught up with Chester.
Old plow point.
He found the entire plow.
Got the chain.
Old hand link chain.
Then I got the range guide.
Wow. Look at that cotter pin on that thing. That was a big one.
Then I got...
I think there might have been a farm here. What do you think?
Yeah, just a little farm. I got that buckle.
Oh. Sweet old iron buckle.
I got that buckle.
Another old iron buckle.
I got that buckle.
And a brass buckle. Cool. I found a brass buckle last time I was out here.
Did you? I got one more thing in here if I know where it's at. And suspender.
Oh, I like the suspender. That's neat. Hold it right there.
It's either a suspender or a garter.
That's a suspender. I found one like that before on that pasture land that we used to hunt that your daddy lived near.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sweet. Alright, man. That was alright. Alright, so we just trugging along.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright.
Hi, folks.
Got my friend Tracy with us. He's always with me. I don't never leave home without him. I don't leave home when I'm with him. And he found this, and we think it's some kind of little buckle. It is a tiny little thing. It is tiny. We're not sure exactly what it went to, but maybe a lady's garment. It is so tiny. And it looks the same on both sides, so nothing really to write home about there, but that's a cool find, buddy. Congrats. I like it. Anything else really interesting? Oh, you found you a buckle.
Part of it looks like it broke off, or it was cut off.
I found half of a buckle. Ah, still neat though. Yeah. Well, way to go, brother.
Did you get my spoon?
No, I didn't get your spoon.
Oh, I would have to for it. I don't even remember what it is. There it is.
Oh yeah. So Tracy also found a spoon. Now his is made out of either brass or copper. We're not sure which, but it's got some decoration on the end there. Little design on it.
Both sides of it.
Oh yeah, it's got design on both sides. Very cool, man. Very cool.
I found my spoon first.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How you know?
Because I was down there when we've come in. And then you found yours over this way.
Yeah. I guess you're right. That would make the second time I've ever been wrong.
It happens to everybody, so.
Alright, folks, we'll keep on keeping on. Alright, so wandering these hills and turns, I found me a seat on a rock. It's the only other thing I've found so far. We ain't got much longer left. But they're calling me over here. They found something interesting, they say. We will see. We will see. Let's go find out if it's really interesting or not. I'm hoping it is, though. So I walked a long way uphill. I'm still going uphill. What we got, fellas? You found it? You found an Indian head? He found an Indian head penny. Oh man. Where you find that, in this?
Right here.
Okay. Sure is. It's crusty though, ain't it?
It's crusty. You might get a day off of it.
Trade 2 Lincolns.
I'd trade 2 Lincolns.
He got something better to trade for, Chet. You hear me?
What's that?
He got something better to trade for.
Oh, I know. Here's, I just found this a second ago.
Did you? What we got?
There's one. Suspender.
Oh, suspender.
There's the
Yeah.
other.
Oh, I like
They were
that
both
one.
in the same hole.
Probably went to the same overalls, you reckon?
Probably.
Keep digging, you might find the rest of the guy.
Yeah.
He's
He's got any gold on. I like to find it.
Oh, yeah. Show you what I got.
All right, man. Show me what you got. I mean, you know, treasure-wise. I mean,
Treasure-wise.
you know, let's keep it clean here. This is a family-friendly channel. Oh, wow. He found a little mercury dime. What year is that?
41. No mint mark, so that'll be a Philly mint.
You got Merc?
Yep.
Little silver dime. Cool.
Also found a place where a bunch of rocks have been cemented together.
Have you?
Yep. Not sure where that is, though.
That's where you found this?
Close to it.
Nice. There you go, buddy. Congrats.
Well, thank
You
you.
ever try a Crazy Alice?
Silver for today. I know that makes you happy to go home with.
Yep.
All right, so I made it back to my sit-down rock. And I'm just wore out, tired. Haven't eaten today. I learned a long time ago, especially when I'm dieting, do not eat and go meditate. It's not a good combination. Because you know, when the weight decides to drop, sometimes other things drop too, so I just didn't want to have to deal with that out here in these woods today. But I am ready to go home and get me some good old food. Something low calorie and healthy. But I still have about an hour and a half to go. So I'm going to try my best to power through it. Alright, we'll talk to you in a bit. Alright, so Daddy just found this really old neat button. They say it's Cupid on there. Yeah, it's a more modern one, but still pretty cool nonetheless.
It'll display nice.
They're right there, heavy heart stuff, and if you see something that shape and size coming out of the ground, you think it's a good coin. But anyway, there you go. Alright, so Bill found a button. It's got a bunch of stars around it. He says it's a military button. It's kind of a modern one, I guess, but it's got the 4 holes that sewed it on. That is just dandy. I like it. Way to go, brother.
I'll take
That's a keeper.
It's not no 1700 coin.
Alright folks, so I am back home now, and I wanted to give my final conclusion on what I thought about how the DJI Osmo Action 3 performed on close-up footage of the artifacts that I found today. Some of these artifacts, like the button and that little silver piece that Mike found, was very tiny for sure, and I have had action cameras in the past that picked up less detail, the GoPro Hero 5 being one of them. The camera doesn't have autofocus, it has, you know, the fixed focus, so I had to just kind of deal with what the camera had to offer. And I felt like at times it did really great on capturing the detail. As a matter of fact, I feel like it more often than not, it got the point across enough of what was being found to satisfy me. And the few times it did blur a little bit, it may have been because I was holding it too close, or, you know, I think sometimes, you know, in the light it did a better job of capturing than in the shade. But overall, it did a good job either way, enough to get my point across. To me, that is more important in a camera than some tree or fence that's probably 3 or 4 feet behind me as far as capturing details go. I would rather definitely have the close focus above, you know, what's over yonder, you know, 10 feet behind me, like that picture back there, for instance. You can't always have the best of both worlds, and I think that it did a really good job. I was able to do a successful metal detecting vlog with the camera. It's a big part of what I do, and I am happy with it, and I will be keeping mine, and hopefully, you know, they can improve some things with the future firmware updates, but if they don't, I'm happy with it the way it is. That's just my opinion. And also, you know, if it ever comes to it, you know, and people say that, you know, you have to buy an entirely new or different camera, I'll just buy another one and use this one as a backup if that turns out to be the case. So either way, I'm keeping it, I'm happy with it, and I really hope you enjoyed this segment and you got something from it. Till later, you folks have a good one.